So I just want to do a quick video where I show off my Criterions because I want my channel to go into more things that I'm passionate about, and something I'm super passionate about is physical media. Um, a big deal with me, why I'm super into physical media, is because you get better video quality than what you would streaming. And plus, if they take your movie off streaming, you can't watch it again. But if you have the physical copy of it, then you can watch it anytime that you want. Another thing is it's nice to be able to go into my physical media collection and pick out a movie as opposed to going and just surfing through Netflix and trying to find the right movie and all that kind of stuff. Also, if a movie becomes controversial or people make a big stink about a scene in the movie or something, then they can delete that scene. But if you're not offended by it or you think it's crucial to the movie or something like that, it's always going to be there on that physical copy. Nobody can take that away from you. Also, movies with rights issues and things like that, movies can go unseen by the public because they can't make it to Netflix and all that kind of stuff. But if you own a copy of it, you can it and not have to worry about never seeing it again. So my Criterion Collection, I'm kind of just starting out with it. I've been building it up pretty much every time there's a flash sale for 50% off. So we got Do the Right Thing. I actually just picked this one up for 50% off. They're doing it all through the month of July. I actually really like this movie a lot. I hadn't seen it before I picked it up. It's the first Spike Lee movie I've ever watched. I really liked it a lot. I was always kind of closed-minded about Spike Lee's movies just because of the beef with him and Quentin Tarantino. I'm really glad I kind of stopped being stupid and started watching it because that was a really good movie. Another one I picked up during the most recent Flash was War of the Worlds. That's a movie I've always wanted to own on Blu-ray because I was obsessed with as a kid, and they did a new 4K scan. So that one's really exciting to have because previously that was only available on DVD. I also picked up Bamboozled recently. I was not a fan of this one at all. I think it's the exact opposite of Do the Right Thing in the way that you have to excuse my puppy. She's really annoying. But Do the Right Thing was really subtle with some of the things it was trying to say in terms of racial motivation and discussion and all that kind of stuff, whereas Bamboozled kind of felt like you were being beat over the head with the message. And not that I disagreed with what he was saying, it was just so in your face and so obvious. Darjeeling Limited I also picked up. A really big Wes Anderson fan. And I used to have the DVD, but some dumbass stole it from me, and I'm not sure who it is, but I guarantee they're stupid. Also, I picked up Come and See, which is really, really awesome and a really exciting release from Criterion, because before this, it was only available on DVD, and you had to get it imported for $40. So it's really cool to have a Criterion. They did a 4K transfer. This is a beautiful looking Blu-ray and also a great movie that I guarantee most people have not watched. Let's see. So just kind of going through them now. We got Repo Man, which is a really good kind of comedy action movie from the 80s, but really underseen and really cool with a punk rock aesthetic. I'm super into that because I'm in a punk band myself. Mulholland Drive, David Lynch, Eraserhead, both David Lynch movies. David Lynch is another person, or another director I'm just now getting into. Really interested in his movies. Night of the Living Dead is probably my favorite Criterion, just because this is the first time this movie is out of the public domain and onto an actual approved Blu-ray by the Romero estate. They did a 4K scan, so it's not that same shitty, transfer that you've always seen on the generic DVDs and stuff where it looks all colored, washed out, and all that kind of stuff. Godzilla is, obviously I'm a huge Godzilla fan, but the Godzilla Criterion is a cool one to have. The packaging is really nice. We got Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. That's probably, my second favorite Wes Anderson movie next to Darjeeling Limited. The Blob, great classic horror movie. This movie bleeds the 50s. It's such a product of its time in such a great way. Again, they did a 4K scan with that. Funny Games is a great movie. I actually prefer the American remake by the same director, Michelle Haneke. But only because I like the actors so much. This is still a great movie. I'd recommend seeing both and deciding which one you like, but they're pretty much shot for shot, I think. Rosemary's Baby is a great Criterion, great movie. Another one that I feel it's a classic, but it's also kind of underseen by a lot of people. I don't know. It feels like everybody's seen it or should see it, but when you actually talk to people, not a lot of people actually have, and it's a great horror movie. We also have The Game, which is a David Fincher movie. Really, really good one. I actually just saw this on my wife's recommendation. It's really, really good. Michael Douglas is really good in it. And then the last Criterion I have is one of the first Criterions I ever bought. It's a DVD Criterion. All my other ones are Blu-ray. But it's Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I feel like this is a lot of people's first Criterion just because it was like the most publicly available when it came out. And I don't know, it's weird. Even the DVD of the Curious Case of Benjamin Button is like way cheaper than the other Criterions, and it doesn't have the same packaging. So I don't know what the deal is with the Curious Case of Benjamin Button like Criterion, but it's kind of like the most generic one. I don't know if they just released it because they had to or something, but it feels like the passion that they put into their other ones and like the reasonings for them being Criterions and the 4K transfers and all that kind of stuff was just kind of lost on this one. It kind of just felt like it was a Criterion because it had to be. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comments can clear up why that Criterion is so common and so cheap and so not Criterion. It's just a quick little video, kind of me going over my Criterions. Like I said, I want to get more into talking about physical media because it's something I'm really passionate about. I'm super passionate about movies. So if you guys like this format, let me know. If not, just go fuck yourself, I guess. Have a good day.